Consult Limited. Eye dwumakuo bi a omo fa registered nurses, drivers a omo wo GCC license, and afa securities. E di omo ko aman ahodro bi so te se Dubai, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and afa USA. Na me ne wo kasa sisi akra. Omo per registered nurses. E di omo ko USA. Akoye dwuma ko gisika pudro. Anne. Na enye we po. Capstone E Global Consult Limited. Esanso boama. Sa wo peka atofri amanone. Omo be ye ho hyehyeye nyina ma. Na wo nsatimi aka. Ka biara e dawa koma so. Wa bra wo mre ho. Enti omo se bra omo so ye sesi a. Wo be hu omo Otema community 9. Omo ni Ashama Timber Market. Ene di hwe animu. Anase fra omo e. Wo 0599 183083. Ana 0302 986573. Amanone fo so fra omo. +821 02 1811278. Capstone E Global Consult Limited. Your success is our business.
Oh, hello, people. My name is Kale Boss. The only boss. I'll wait to others. Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store. And when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew ho. Very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it, check it, check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it, check it, check it, check it. Sugar level, check it, check it, check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Tuesday evening, right here on Showbiz Daily, Sammy Flex TV. Gentlemen are seated for us to do the work of God. And when we sit like this, then you should know the business is one. We have to speak real show business. Roland Amate is already here. Nana Reagan is also here. And the nation's blogger, aka Kobe Josvan, is here. Now, Kobe Josvan is a blogger, he's also an engineer at Anointed Electricals Limited. And that guy is a journalist, he's a talent manager and road manager for Wendy Shea. And Roland Amate is also the digital communicator, aka social media maestro for ride hailing app Shagzy, owned by Charles Niamamensa Shatawale. My name is Sammy Flex. I am the chairman for today's meeting. So join me and remember to respect the chairman. Thanks to Digital Rasta, you can call him Currency, he's on camera. And Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. You out there, thanks for spending time with us. Tap Tap Send is still here. If you want to send money from abroad, remember to use Tap Tap Send. Use the promo code SammyFlex after downloading the app that is Tap Tap Send and putting in your bank details. When you use the promo code, you get some extra money into your wallet. Umpewe now Pediwe. It is the fastest so far, tried and tested by many who have been using the app. Use it today and say thank you to me later. Story number one, without wasting any time at all on what we have to do today. Story number one. There is a video which has been trending online Unfortunately, my producer says we can't play it because of copyright issues. But let's still get the views of my panel members briefly on this, even before we move on to the rest of the business of the day. In this video, Michael Blackson was seen in a podcast program in America. It is called, let me get the name again, $1 Million Worth of Game, $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. And he was there with some showbiz pundits like we have here with us in the studio. And he, remember his story of saying in Ghana there are only 4 superstars of mention, Shatawale, Stonebwoy, Sarkodie, and other people got mad. This time around, he said, okay, he won't say it. He would not say someone is not popular. No, but he'd rather ask people whether they know them. And unfortunately, when he asked the people, some musicians from Africa, some of them, they said they didn't know them. Some of them, they said they knew them. Which if you have the video, let's watch it. For you guys have all seen the video?
Yeah, we've seen the video.
Okay, no, if my people have seen the video, fine. I thought they've not seen the video. So, in their response, they know some people, some of them they don't know. In fact, Diamond Platinums from Tanzania, they don't even know him. Black Sherif from Ghana, they don't even know him. Stonebwoy from Ghana, they don't know him. One of them said he knew Shatawale. And I think the 2 of them said they knew Sarkodie. And for Burna Boy and the video and them people there, of course, they shouted, Burna Boy, like they know him. But the rest, they don't know them. This has become topical. This has become issue. I'm asking my people, these panel members or showbiz people not knowing them, is it a big deal? Especially, let's consider our Ghana people, Stonebwoy and Black Sherif. These guys not knowing them, is it a big deal? Nana Reagan, start for me on this one.
No. It is not a big deal at all. First of all, what I want to touch on is the fact that people limit themselves to what they have interest in.
Thank you.
And not everything.
Thank you.
I might not know even there's something happening in our industry. I might be in, maybe especially, let me use the gospel fraternity for instance. Right now, if you tell me whose songs is being streamed the most on our
in the gospel world,
I can't even tell. I might just assume it is Nasi because Nasi has the current hit song, but he might have the current hit song, a hit song that I am listening to or people are listening, but it might also not even reflect on some streaming platforms. So if I don't know some of these things, it shouldn't be a big deal, because if the need arises that, okay, Nana Reagan, we want you to engage on some gospel conversation, I'll quickly go and read some of the knowledge or whatever happenings that is going on in that fraternity. So if somebody is saying, I don't know Stonebwoy, I don't know Shatawale, I don't know this person, I know, yes, maybe fortunately for the person, apart from his interest, maybe there are certain events that took place around him or around where he has interest in, and he was fortunate to fall in love with some of these names. So it will be an adapt to whoever artist that this person, because artists always want to grow their audience. So that will be a plus for whoever that the person knows. But if you don't know Stonebwoy, if you don't know, I don't think it's directly affects Stonebwoy in any way, because at the end of the day, if Stonebwoy has a target that's okay, this year I'm trying to release an album and I want to tour, I want to do this, and his tour is successful as a musician, he has released an album, the album is doing well, and if there are some group of people in America who doesn't know him, why should it be a big deal? In fact, for pundits, I will say that we should even like explore more. So if Nana Reagan, I am doing punditry 247, and there are certain topical issues that involve certain names and I don't know them, I'll take that as ignorance on my part and not a big deal to that person. Because I have to fetch for information, I have to scout, I have to explore and know that, okay, because I am a pundit and I'll go on shows to talk, it might happen that one day they want to talk about African artists. So I'll go and sit on the show, and when we are talking about Africa, I don't have much knowledge about Africa because these names that we are mentioning are big names in Africa. No two ways about it. They are big names when it comes to African music. They are big names. So if you don't know enough, it should be a big deal on your part, not for not knowing or having knowledge about these guys, and not the individual. As we speak, somebody doesn't know Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi, but these are giant names in football. But there are human beings now. When you they don't know them, because it's not like it doesn't make Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo a less of a person. It is the person's interest, and it ends there. Maybe the person doesn't even watch football. He doesn't have any interest in discussing football, so he doesn't want to talk about. Let me even use our own friend when brother Kwame does. People, when we meet and we talk about, he doesn't know anything about football. He would tell he doesn't hide it. He would tell you he doesn't have interest in football. So sometimes when you say some of the things and he asks you, okay, this club is what? Where from this club? Like he tries to get information from some of us. So it is okay. Like it doesn't make any club that Kwame doesn't know less useless or anything at all. It doesn't affect them in any way. At the end of the day, the club is so, maybe they haven't been relegated. They are still playing their league. They are doing whatever that they have to do as a club. So if somebody doesn't know an artist in America, I think that person, especially if you're a pundit, or if you're a media person, somebody that always sits in front of camera and you say you are discussing show business, unless you want to limit yourself to your jurisdiction, like your space. But if you want to do global discussions, then you should know, you should learn, you should explore, like scout for information. Because the moment you are talking about Africa and you don't know that thing, you do know. I'm even happy we are discussing this thing. Do you know when an international journalist or a pundit is sitting on the show and doesn't have certain information about Africans? Like we take it lightly. It's like, or maybe the person is even giving wrong information, misinforming his viewers or listeners. We take it lightly. It's like, hey, now I say, hey, now nipa way na na. But if Sammy Flex is sitting here and is talking about, Hollywood, and you miss certain words or certain info, they will laugh, they will ridicule you, they will come at you. They will come at you hard. True. They won't make you feel like they will come hard, hey. So for you to go and learn. But when it is the other side, it's like, no, he's not doing. No, they have to read, they have to learn. You have to read about Ghanaians. You have to learn about African musicians. So if you don't know even 20 top African artists that are doing very well globally, then it's at your loss, not the artist's loss.
Okay, Kobe, continue from there. I also had my own take on this issue earlier, so you can refresh some of the videos to go check out what Sammy Flex also said. Here, I'm just the driver, so I'm not able to also enjoy the sleeping in the car. These people can sleep in the car, but I have to drive. Kobe.
Boss,
big deal or not?
Personally, I don't see it to be a big deal. Yeah, just as Nana Reagan said, I think as a pundit or a journalist, you have this core duty to more or less research, get your information right, especially when you're making open conversation like this. I was happy when he made mention about the fact that people always go happy when these people, the foreigners, when talking about issues, they are not getting the facts right. But we go hard on our very own people when they get things wrong. One way or the other, I think it is our problem as Ghanaians. Because we live in a country that people will speak their native language and even at a point go wrong. We see it to be normal. But speak English and one way or the other, miss your tenses. They see you say, no, you don't know anything. It's like you are useless, you don't know what you are doing. And it's very sad. Because maybe I'm a normal to say, so long as you're Ghanaian and for, we've chosen English to be our language, everything should be English. And right now, even if we are to focus or direct this whole steer to other sectors, it are affecting us in so many ways. Let's see how we even embrace our very own people and how we even embrace these white people. At the point that they're even messing up, we see it to be something good that we should praise them. But we always create a loophole, so more or less make our people seem that they are doing nothing. And then the conversation is like getting to know who is African top, or maybe someone who is doing well in Africa. Just as my boss said here, everybody has an interest. I will use myself to set an example. I'm not a football fan. I only know Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi because of that kind of talkabilities. Even in Ghana here, if you tell me to mention 3 players, apart from Asamoah Gyan, Joe Mensah and Koka, that they are no more in the team, I can't even mention it. Maybe I can mention of Kudus and maybe Thomas Partey, because Thomas is my favorite. But with the exception of that, there's nothing that I can talk. If you come here in Ghana, you can go to some places and even.
Okay.
Okay. Fair one, fair case. Yeah. Fair
Okay,
case.
continue.
Here in Ghana, Shatawale, Stoneboy, and Sarkodie, they are doing amazingly well here, with the likes of Sammy and others too. But let's go to certain places and even ask people, who is Shatawale? Most wouldn't know. It's not that maybe they don't know, so it's a big deal. It's because maybe their interest is not into showbiz. They are not into entertainment lovers. So if I'm not, a lover of that particular scene that you find yourself, why do I have to bother myself? But the problem is the one who claims to be a pundit, an international figure, that claims that you know everything or must know or get the information right and feed the audience, and it's not more or less feeding the people with the right information. But the other side that we should also consider is that maybe the Nigerians are also doing out the PR games too, of which we are also not doing. Because PR can more or less block certain things. Sometimes when these people sit like this, there are certain people that communicate or push certain information to them. So as they make or they achieve a certain goal or target. So maybe they are doing that things right, and that thing we are not doing it right. But I think moving forward too, it should be an effort for us to also push. So in as much as we are also doing our possible best, because I know our people are doing well. Yes, we are winning in our own space. We are doing our little effort in our own space. And in our own small space too, we are more or less putting our country on the map. But I believe there's more to be done, and we should try and push things harder. And a time will come, the story will also turn like this, like back in the days that we will also be in the talkabilities or more or less.
Okay, thank you, Courageous Van. Now let me move on to Roland Amate to wrap up on this very topic for us as to how he also sees it. Maybe you've seen the video, maybe you've not. I'm sure we would have to share it on our socials for you to check it out. It has been posted by some prominent bloggers in Ghana as well, because as it stands now, Michael Blackson is pushing another talent from Ghana by name Gambo. We are not too sure when his song is coming out from.
Oh, he's released a new song.
I think.
Cat Soap.
Cat Soap, yeah.
Cat Soap. No, not recently.
Hey, any man.
Is it recently?
The numbers is crazy.
Hey,
Wait, I saw the promo on the socials though.
Hey, yes.
I chanced on it.
Try.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the.
Should that be a big deal for him?
So
another one there.
It brings me to my comment as human beings or as people in the space. There's always room for improvement. There's always room for us to expand. No matter the level you get to, there is still more room for you to do, which is why some group of rich men who think they've seen it or done it all in this world will still pay huge amount of money to go and see a ship that was wrecked a century ago. You understand? So there is still more for man to do. However, in some people's mind, I find it very weird and a little some way when they tend to mix knowing something or knowing somebody as validation. You see, I am asking myself, when we say international, what is our understanding of going international?
Be known in UK, in America, and in Europe.
And that is where they bust my brain.
If you are not known in these 3 continents, forget it.
Yes. Knowing you get
if you are known in Liberia, it's not
China
too is not.
No.
China is international.
You see, it's how how our mentality
be known in the white skin countries.
You see, it's how our mind has been tuned to think in a certain way that is giving us all these problems. So I'm asking myself, okay, there is a certain man in this space who doesn't know jack about Leo Deck. Ose Krumbeka Leo Deck. Yes, like he doesn't know jack.
He doesn't even think about him like that.
She obi oh 50 cent I want say anything. On him who, but the person is a follower of entertainment and music. When you call the person any day to speak about music and entertainment, they can give you some appreciable amount of knowledge. Yet there are so many people who are big, even in America, UK, and or wherever we want to call international. You send them to other places and they are not known. See, there's a documentary on YouTube, and I've forgotten the channel name, where they were doing BET. I think BET, and they went into some of the hinterlands in America and they were asking people about Jay-Z, Beyonce, them big artists, and it will shock you. Most of them who were even natives of that particular country didn't even know them.
Wow. In America.
They mention name and they will ask, who is that?
Hey.
Oh. So you see, so are we going to also base on that and say they are not superstars? I want to use Michael Blackson's word. Or they are not working enough. No. There's always room for man to expand. That we understand. So if you want to, like he should be able to make his statement and argument clear. Kiddy just hit platinum in India. He has one of the biggest collaborations in India.
Yeah.
So are we going to say that because Kiddy is not won't be known in America, he won't be known in India?
He's not.
Or America is far more international in its definition.
That's the international.
You see, it's sometimes sad. How do we appreciate validation? Is it just by anybody who is outside our jurisdiction, or by specific amounts of certain group of people that if this person mentions media, then
far gone.
Let's expand our mindset.
Okay.
Let's try to appreciate where our effort is able to get to, and pray and even encourage people to do more. This whole conversation, to me, I find it weird because I ask myself, okay, so what is the end game? Like, what are you trying to achieve? Is your effort, or is whatever you are saying or doing trying to downplay the fact that our people are not working?
That's what they want to achieve.
Then this can be said anywhere, including the videos and whiskey that he's mentioning.
Like they are nobodies. That's what they want to say.
No, then it can be said anywhere because there are countries that who don't even know who Burna Boy is. There are so many countries in the world who don't know who even Jay-Z or Beyonce is. So does that mean that they are also not doing, they are also nobodies? Then this particular analogy can be applied to almost everybody.
Because someone is somewhere that nobody knows.
Oh, of course.
No matter how well the person is doing.
Hit the streets right now and ask people who is the American president, and you see the miracles people will be telling you. You see the things people will be telling you. But these are huge people. I tell you, if not for the fact that Kamala Harris came to this country, I bet you so many people didn't even know the vice president of America.
And her name.
And her you understand? So yes, this thing can be said to anybody. So is Michael Blackson saying that he's a superstar? Is he saying that? Because we can equally go to we won't even go far. We will go to Togo. We won't go far. We will go to Togo, and we can do a voice pop about Michael Blackson.
And they also not know.
And they also not know him. Would that negate his effort or the news that he's paid in the industry? No, we wouldn't be fair to him if we go that tangent. I believe this whole conversation, if he really wants to make it, he should put it in a way that will not paint the picture as if our people are not doing enough. Yes, we agree there is more to be done. But even with a little effort, you don't talk or you don't create that picture as if
they've done nothing.
No, appreciate them and encourage them to do more.
Me limiting the validation to just America and UK is even a problem for me personally. Like we should right now that we are in the numbers games era. So you are telling me because you've not dominated the American space, so when India space, where China audience, when let's say Haiti audience are chasing you, you ignore them, you forget them about them because you want to go to America. Didn't Beyonce come to Africa to do her project? So they want the audience here too. So if you're also not known in Togo, then you should equally apply that same logic or analogy to yourself. And here and there, it is even normal for people here to know more people over there than for more people over there to know people here, because we are looking up to them. We are doing a lot of the things they are doing.
Our role models.
Exactly. So what is this shouldn't be any big deal.
Well, so to those who are running to town with noise about Stoneboy, Black Sherif not being known and going like, oh wow, how, wow, oh no, it is nothing. I'm sure they also don't know the pundits. That's it.
That's it.
They also don't know them. But they know Charlemagne.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, so if you are here and you are making this a big deal online, please revise your notes. It is no big deal.
Me that I've been sitting on this big platform for so many years. Michael Blackson that didn't know me. He doesn't.
Yes.
But so I know him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know me.
No, yes. He's in the space.
The next story is about Strongman. It's about Sarkodie. In this interview or in this video, I want to ask my people whether Strongman said something wrong, because whilst he was talking about it, the presenter even prompted him, that guy, the way you are saying it, we are praying that nobody will go and say you said something wrong. Then Strongman said, even if they judge it to be I said something wrong, that is their problem and that's their beef. I don't really give a hoot about it like that. Then I said, well, then let me bring it to my people. Let's ask them the same question, that watching this interview, what Strongman said, how he said it, would it sound a bit offensive to Sarkodie in any way? Or would it sound a bit derogatory to Sarkodie in any way? But listen and listen well. They spoke in tree though. So when it comes to listening to tree and how it goes, sometimes tone, meaning and all those things might not make direct meaning. Just listen to what Strongman said in this interview. When I come back, I'll pick the views of my panel members, then we take it from there.
Since when did music start to pay for you? Yeah, babe.
I think they need the free access.
Since when did music start to pay for you? Since when did music start to pay for you? Yeah, babe.
I think they need the free access more. Before success, na me work akra or account him. That time I made him atoka, and a man fantona. Me dibi to top phones ne. We say my bad success in team, but cheze.
Oh, yeah.
Satana me use a Android in team my bad success in team. Me upgrade me try iPhone to be straight. Yeah, and I'm told me there. Na bash torn there, and I'm told be my ama. On say a bad success. Yeah, and I'm more also moves. Changes abem. Ti aside no na. And sister knows who me be a promo na. It be a quite cry 1 week na. Yeah, the be the dinner there. The only scanning na ya she scan. Yeah, she can't see cano.
May you sure say you will not dispute the fact that Sarkodie has been a blessing, and was there a greater blessing after you left?
Oh, after I left, like I see right now, life is so how should I like? There is no stress in life anymore. Of late, me post it.
Mo be anko Gina no si bone. Oh, that's why he was stressing before.
Obi Benjamin no si bone cry. No, a liar. They make kind of make.
Okay.
And after all, I'm not saying that he didn't help me. I never said that. You understand?
And they have heard it countless times.
But to say level be me number one. Number form 1. And I'm bad success. No, they me drew 2. You don't expect me to me Gina 2. I was say me ni brain me call 3.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was say me call 3. Me movie. Stages. Success helped me, but I'm happy now. Even it's not about the money aspect, but it's more like right now as a dream is free may you very okay we post here there obi amba ha me na dentina and I see.
Well, so this is Strongman making the statement on that particular show, and I'm asking that, did he say something wrong? Let me start this with you.
Boss.
Did Strongman say something wrong?
Personally, I don't see anything wrong with what he said. But
okay.
Me kind of say, nipa be bia, nipa be nya ehwasa. Yeah, that is it. The obe can be Brass, I mean, there are so many good things that we are doing, but still, people say you're a problem. So whatever you do, people will still get something to say. And more or less, you made mention, say, level. In life, we grow. We advance from 1 to 2.
Yeah.
So if Sarkodie push me to this level, of course, I'm no more working with him. But I expect that the brand will grow. So the same position that maybe you were standing in your previous years, we don't expect the same position. That is why here and everybody wish something good for him or herself.
Yeah.
Because last year we achieved ABCD. This year I want to achieve beyond that. And just at the end of the year and then I call the next year. I can't say where we should for reverse.
Last year, yeah.
Into the personally, I don't see anything wrong with that. And I see whatever he said, no. Or the action in watch it. In same way, if you listen on this time, let me more or less clear things out.
Vomit them out.
Because there are some things in himself when you are in a label, there are so many things that happen. And you're commoning in the PAP. And at the ATBA, only ni parts irrespective of it, there will be problems. There will be a time that things will go well, things wouldn't go well. You have a good memories, bad memories. But upon all these things, we look up to the positive ones, whatever good that you were able to get out of the label. And no one can say ever since or join Success Music, no, I'm one a brand at a point in time in his career, alleviating to some level. Most of us had it not be Success Music and came Strongman. It's preparing to some level. Emani didn't Strongman, be a Strongman. But at this level in his career, to him. If you listen on, after when leaving the label, there are some things that the street has taught him, understand certain things in the industry, and also got to know some information on some things that maybe only our Success Music, we have people who work on this distribution. They work on this tour, communications and other stuff. Right now he's indie. Right now, instead of someone doing all this job, no one is doing so. His current state will push him to even work harder. There's nobody to depend on.
Knowing that you cannot tend to look at anybody.
Yes, no one is going to do your promo and will be receiving your calls. So right now, you even challenge yourself to even work harder. Because if you don't work harder, at the end of the day, you are hurting your own self, or maybe you are stepping on your own success. So there are some things that he more or less push himself to achieve that. And I don't say anything wrong with that. Everybody grow, and we always good for ourselves. So kudos, I see nothing wrong with whatever interview that he granted.
Okay, Ro, come through. Let me get your opinion on this.
It is very easy for people to take whatever Strongman said out of context. It is understandable. It depends on how you understand the whole issue. So to him, he has said a lot of things, and I think if we want to be realistic, he said his truth. Yes, you may not like it probably because you may not like it because he did not say it the way you wanted to hear it, or you wish he would have said it. Okay. That's why some people will take it out of context. So Strongman in so many interviews have said or have trumpeted most of the benefits that he had under the Success Music brand. You understand? He has said it on countless occasions. And these are the times that he's saying otherwise, or other things aside the successes that he's enjoyed over there. So if he's saying that, okay, before he went there was, yes, he had a little appreciable amount of money that he was depending on. And after he's been able to elevate to a certain level, it clearly shows that, yes, now he is better than on the label, because the label was in the past. And as a normal human being, even when he was on the label, you wanted to see him better than when he was alone first, and that he was able to show. Now, moving out of the label, he wants to also tell you that he's been able to build on whatever he achieved or he achieved under the label to be probably 2 times or 3 times. So if you ask Strongman, okay, at what point in your career would you say that, Charlie, you are getting lots of money? Obviously, it has to be the present because he is growing.
Yeah.
It has to be the present. If he had said, oh, when I was with Success Music, you would be the same person to say that he's failing. Then he should go back. You will be the same person to say, oh, then it is better you go back because since you left, if your period at that particular spot was the time that you are receiving your best amount of money in music, then you need to go back. Because now that you are alone, things probably are not good, which is why you refer to that side. But for him to say that, oh, after I left Success Music, I am getting bigger.
I'm now comfortable.
Of course. And you see, the statement that he made was, he said, right after he was about to leave the Success Music. Meaning that most of the things that probably he's enjoying today were as a result of the work that was being put into him under that particular period.
Okay.
Because he also made mention of the fact that when he was going, like during the early days when he entered, most of his money was finished because he had to probably give a show to it.
That he's gone somewhere fresh.
Yes, he's gone
so
somewhere.
They needed to look like that.
The steez need to come. He needed to show steez.
It is not the steez.
Yeah, of course. And out of that, we know this is show business. You need to show something before the business will come.
Yeah.
So out of probably the business that were done for him during his days at Success Music, is Nina Kaune contributing to whatever he's achieving today. So if somebody wants to patronize Strongman today, the person is not patronizing Strongman because, oh, Wapumi Mache. But somebody would see you in a certain light simply because you've even affiliated with Sarkodie.
Yeah.
And Sarkodie is not a small brand. So
and I'm sure he enjoyed all
of course, and that is what he's saying. So if people want to understand this particular statement in a different way, well, probably they have their own agenda and how they understand stuff. But to me, this is not a big deal, and I doubt Sarkodie himself would even see this in a different light or in a negative way.
Okay, Nana, wrap up for me on that one. How did you also understand Strongman's opinion on life being comfortable with him now out of Success label?
I agree with him, and I agree with Roland, the nation's blogger. I think he didn't say anything wrong or anything to spark up any controversies or any conversations about his past label and what he is doing now. Anybody that wants to do that already have that in mind and is waiting for the doomsday to run commentaries on some of these things. It is simple. If that is how you want to take it, I want to ask you a simple question. If you are working for a company and the company is paying you every month, and then they are able to register a company for yourself, and you start running your own business, which of these two are you going to do better?
You are sure going to do better on your own.
So is that not your future? So what is wrong if a company have been paying you, you've been working with a company for 5 years, and then they've been paying you monthly salaries? Now you've been able to open your own company, you're running your own business, now you have money. Should we disrespect the company that you're working with? No.
It's just the advancement of life.
Exactly. There's always a starting point. That was your starting point. This is your future. Your future has become great. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So if Strongman is telling us that, oh, now you see, let me draw people's attention to maybe the stressing thing that he mentioned. Some of the stress might not even, people think when he says now I don't stress, they are relating it to maybe Sarkodie and his management stressing the boy under. No. Sometimes when you are close to some of these figures, some of these celebrities, the pressure comes from your home, your family members. The stress comes from your friends, their expectations.
What they want to do.
Oh, they say, I don't want about Sammy Flexi. Hey, and I'll go Dubai, cry now for Uncle B. It will all stress you. If you don't take it, you'll be depressed.
Out of their own statements.
Yes. So when you leave Sammy Flex, it will minimize. That cost will not be coming again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when Sammy Flex did jollof and I would bro. it won't come. It will die down. And that is exactly, I'm sure that is what Strongman wants to point people's mind to. But because we already are expecting to hear something from the boy to tell us that, hey, sorry, the man, somebody's father. You know, we are already expecting to hear something from the man to come and maybe drag success music or say or make revelations and say, oh, when I was there, they were not even feeding me. I was minding my own clothes. I was doing things. I was suffering. That is what people want to hear. And he's not saying that. So any little thing he mentioned, that they want to find a way to connect or make a case out of it. What he's saying is reality. When you leave one, you will go to two, unless you want to sleep. If you leave one and you have experience and you can use that to go to two and you sleep, you will remain at one. In fact, if today Strongman wasn't doing well like he's saying, some of us will even be more disappointed.
Sure.
We would have come at him
hard.
That's why I keep saying on this platform, if I grow and I'm still alive and I see Black Sherif becoming one of our celebrity charity cases, the way I'll fight people who want to support him.
Why would you? Why?
Because I also feel like, okay, he had a very brilliant beginning.
Opportunity.
He has the talent to make whatever money he wants. Like Black Sherif is gold.
Sure.
So if tomorrow he doesn't manage some of his things, or he doesn't work right and all of that, or work smart and all of that, and maybe tomorrow we will see Black Sherif as one of the cases we've been discussing here, I'll be very disappointed, because apart from the talents and the opportunities, you have had the chance. You are in a day where every day there's Showbiz Daily. We are discussing industry issues, what is wrong, what is right, what people have done. We are telling you people's experience, what they did wrong, and it ended them in bad ways and all of that. So you have to pick some of these things
and run with it.
And we are not the only platform doing it. In fact, the industry, everybody is talking now. We are discussing industry topical issues now. So you listen to some of these things, you add it to your talent, you add it to your business. If you've not even been to school for like knowledge in business marketing or whatever, some of the things we say here, you can pick them together and you move on and you will grow. And that is why I have said that if you'll
be disappointed.
So if today Strongman is saying that, oh, now I am doing better, I don't stress, it has got nothing to do with success music or Sarkodie not taking good care of him or not doing anything for him like we want to make meanings to. It is just growing from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see the challenges that you will face at 1. If you are working right and with the experience you have and the knowledge you gain from 1, they will minimize at 2. It doesn't mean 2 you will not have any challenges. You will have 3 will give you the same thing. So then you become, one person. So this is nothing, and we should just allow. Sometimes I say thing beyond your body too doomsday too much
and looking for the pitfall.
Yes, like every day people are okay. I go on in new engagement. Okay, yeah, they do on Babe cancer.
Well, so Strongman, at least you have been vindicated. And I was so happy when he said those who will take it like that, it is their own doing. And that is what it is. That's how you want to take it as such. He has said his truth. Whatever he wants to say, he said it.
Papa, you cry attention where then one can.
That's a mistake. Because if the denture was so lovely, why did you tie it? If the denture was really friendly, why did you tie them out? Well, you'll deal with it. Now, let's move on to, in fact, the rest of the 2 topics are a little related, but we'll still look at them one after the other. First, I would want us to watch a video of Koka. And Koka is talking. Apart from the video, there is a post he made. Let me see if I can get what he actually wrote on Instagram. Then I read that to you, because I came across his Koka TVB. I didn't even know he had TV Koka. Okay, it was rather TV Koka. Instagram. I didn't know. Oh, so I've seen the videos are 2, which means 1 and 2.
Part 1 and part 2.
It says, leave our music business alone. You would not ready if you are not okay. If you're not ready to invest in it, you have not produced any artist. You have not produced any artist yet, but you sell artists to Sony Music, Empire, and mistakes in Empire and Boomplay for your cut. And he mentioned some people, and that is what I'm so happy about. And I'm sure these are agenda people he mentioned. So he mentioned Way Your Team, he mentioned Indoke Japan, he mentioned Kelly, Nila Temesa, Agenda Squad. Interesting. Okay, so let me just summarize what he's saying. Okay, Richard got it there. Mistakes in and number ants. I'm sure he was angry. Yes, I'm sure he was angry. He should take his time and edit it. So that is the bald-headed Koka who is in your shot in that particular photo. Now, that's what he's saying. In our industry, we are seeing a certain development, a development that many are not happy about. So when you go to Nana Reagan's camp at Rough Town Records, they have taken a fresh artist. Very, very fresh. Green. I'm sure she was even a virgin not long ago, but for now, I don't know. But they are investing money into her. Her name is Kiki Mali. They are investing money into her. I'm sure by now, Kiki, even if she has to go for interview, if it's not a relationship the record label, including the managers and the handlers, have built already, some people will not even allow her, because what are you coming to say? But maybe because of the brand name, Bullet, Nana Reagan, when they call, bring her, and interviews, opportunities will be granted her. But what will happen in the future is that should she get a big song, one day some labels, obviously with higher or huge financial muscles, will start talking to her, and that they'll give her some big offer, an offer they know Rough Town will not be able to give to her. Come and sign $300,000 deal. Like, listen to an artist who has heard, come and sign $300,000 deal. He knows see some before. He will never say no. But they are asking that, why are they not talking to Rough Town and say, Rough Town, Charlie, we need your girl. We are ready to give her 300,000. Then Rough Town can say, okay, that's a good deal. Bring me 300,000. I give her 150,000. I also keep 150,000 for the business to continue. It is not happening like that. But unfortunately, it is rather happening that there are some people in Ghana who are calling themselves agents to these big labels. They'll pass back, talk to these artists, and the artists will also go and sign the deals. Me, recently I spoke on behalf of a certain artist. Another distribution or company like that wanted an artist, and we knocked them. Them still no come. We still they wait for them come. I'm sure if they had gone to another artist who doesn't know money, they'll just mention something. 50, by this time today, Ghana artist make $50,000 itself. You kill him. You kill him. And we know some of these new artists, that is the temptation they are giving them. Now, Koka thinks that with what is happening to Lasmid, it is the same thing. And I don't know whether I can even consider what he said as scares or a threat or a caution to Lasmid and his handlers. But let's listen to it. When I come back, I pick the views of my people. First of all, is he right to speak the way he's speaking as an industry person, a gatekeeper in Ghana? The way he spoke, taking into consideration whatever is happening, the way he spoke, is he right to speak like that? Let's watch this video. I'll be right back.
And I say, whatever Lasmid you think you have done, by me, and I say whatever Lasmid you think you have done, but me, I don't wish you to struggle, but I can tell you just won't struggle. Go and ask the guys who have come through mentor in the last 3 years. Nobody sees them. Through the likes of Kewa and Links Music, artists from MTN Hitmaker are becoming big and big. It's 7 months now, and the only new artists you are seeing are what Kewa has released. Listen, he's not a fool not to have given you a contract. No, he's not stupid. But you need to build with trust, honesty, and sincerity. He gave you everything you had, but Kewa no do. Me pa ni Kewa pa. Lasmid. Only microphone do a china a two for. San crofona a two Black Sherif for our free informal manager. No, say San crofona na be two for. San crofona come do me kupo be tu om come be bre. San also be bre. A two Black Sherif for our free informal manager. No, say San crofona na be two for. San crofona come do me kupo be tu om come be bre. San also be bre.
Well, I would want Roland to handle this to start with. Like the background is what I gave you, the long and short of it all. There's another video where another industry person, a record label boss, was also explaining something, but this is Koka. Koka is also a key stakeholder in this game. Bro.
That's I mean, it's sad though. You see, the things that he's saying, he spoke on huge emotions. So there is the huge likelihood some people might not understand the impulse of what he's trying to say.
Okay.
Because he's speaking on emotions, most of the things that he's saying, or most of the things, like his statements, can be bantered and flawed.
Okay.
With the mention of contract and agreement. Most of them, because he was speaking on emotions, most of them can be flawed by that. But then there were bits and pieces of his statement that got me thinking that, okay, the future of every industry has to do with, how do we call it, recruitment and grooming. That is for the next generation. That has been the backbone of every thriving industry. And I am asking myself, okay, look at the things that he mentioned. The example that he used with the MTN Hitmaker, the Kewa, that is the highly spiritual label, and Links Entertainment. A fact. Big fact. How successful has our recruitment process in terms of bringing or grooming new artists been like? Let's take these two entities aside. How has it been like? It has always been 1 in maybe 100 that will break out without the help of some of these investors or benevolent people that we find in our space. Yes, some of them may be naive in our dealings and may not be too exposed. But I also believe that it is also sometimes disheartening when people would want to take advantage of the system. Nobody is asking no artist not to grow. Nobody is asking no artist to not take a golden opportunity when the opportunity presents itself. But sometimes, in order not for you to break certain pillars to solidify yours, there are some things we need to think about it 2 times or 3 times before taking those decisions. And that is what saddens my heart when I study all these. You see, The other side also is that, yes, we can always charge on some of these artists to be a little considerate when some of these things come. But you can't also fault them always, because human beings in general are purposeful. We will always do things that will serve our interest first and nobody else. That is why there are laws, rules and regulations to guide all of us. Left to us alone, Charlie, if you leave everybody to do what they want, like these labels or these management teams that we are crying for, do we know what they would have used these artists for? But because there are laws and regulations that are keeping us in checks, I think there are so many loopholes in our system. So many. Both from the part of the investors, some with the stakeholders, like the industry, it's in its entirety, as well as even these musicians. The loopholes are plenty. We are always waiting for people to initiate certain systems before we adopt. Why can't we study our system, know our challenges, and create things to suit us? Why are we not proactive like that? We know. Okay, see, in the football fraternity, they know the loopholes in the system. So even FIFA financial fair play has even been introduced to minimize teams who have lots of financial muscles, not to bully the ones that don't have.
Yeah.
They've studied their system. They know the loopholes, they know challenges. So day in, day out, they are thinking around the clock, trying to find ways and means to protect themselves. Yes, it may come with certain sacrifices. Why would we always sit down, wait till people take advantage over others? And you see, the more it happens, the more we will try to still point accusing fingers, blame them. Meanwhile, investor confidence is being dragged through the mud. Every day. And the truth of the matter is, these artists, we can't stop them. Let's flip the table. Put you as the artist, put you there, you might do worse. See, we can today, because we are the receiving end of the gun, we can point accusing fingers at them. But if we are able to create systems and mechanisms that will say, oh, assuming there are proper unions working here in this country, they say, okay, if we can cut out a system that will say, okay, if an artist, you are able to invest this amount of money in the artist, whether and the contract elapsed, maybe in the next 2 years, if there should be a major deal to the artist, because you have contributed this certain amount of money or this level amount of investment, yes, you need, whether you've been able to recoup your money or not, this level of compensation needs to come to you. Would we get our people crying? No. Some of them would be appreciated, because there are some people who have even helped artists. They did not form a management team or a record label, but they've helped artists to grow to a certain level.
Just with the little connect and support they have.
And if an like an investor, like let's say Dangote, Jata Cement, Ibrahim, let me use Ibrahim Mahama for example, who we know now has certain form of small affiliations with the likes of Black Sherif. Assuming he picks somebody like Kwesi Amewuga or something, and Bosu Mamekakra, and he gives him small without even pulling him to a proper record label system, then he says that Kwesi Amewuga blew, and out of the blue, he sees a certain empire coming to Kwesi Amewuga. And because there are stipulated rules and regulations that Charlie, even though he did not do this ABCD, he did not put you on a structured record label. When Empire gives you this particular deal, at least 10% or 5% needs to go to this man. If not to cover the whole expense that he's paid, like he's giving to you, Kana, at least just a portion of it. Don't you think it will push certain people to do more?
True.
It will definitely drive people who see that, at least you better so 5% and not 10%. Then definitely I would have been able to get more. We need to find ways of doing this, because this problem, it will be there. We can rain all the curses we like in this world on them. We can see what Famia left Ogidi Brown's label. What kind of things didn't Ogidi Brown say to Famia? We have a tallest. So it means that this particular thing won't, and it is not only peculiar with our system. See, we can say, oh, na Ghanaian artist there, Ghanaian artist there. You are not in Nigeria, you are not in Tanzania, you are not in Togo, so you probably you wouldn't hear what is going on the ground. You think the people in Nigeria, they know about what Lasmid is doing, or they know about what Familia is doing? They don't know anything. They don't know anything about them. All they know is they've been able to cross over into their system. Don't let them lie to you. They don't know jack about whatever ungratefulness or whatever you might even call it in the system. They don't know anything about them. All they know is their songs are crossing over. Same way, we also don't know whatever canker is also going on in their country. All we know is they are also crossing over with their good songs and good stuff in our system. See, this particular issue is everywhere. Some people have been able to find certain measures to at least, if not overcome it, can minimize that effect to a certain level. Let's be proactive. Let's be proactive as an industry.
Okay, Kobe, take it from there.
Sammy. I'm in pain. And I can, I'm in pain.
Pain. You need painkiller.
You see, the way Medemakuma, like, I've given my heart to this industry. It has always been my prayer that I'll always see the music or our fraternity grow. But I know people will be like, oh, why is he speaking like this? He's speaking out of pains. And you'll be like, why should he speak in that manner? So what I do seek Hashim and I share. If you've invested your money in an asset and at the end of the day, without not even getting benefit or maybe returns out of it, and then end up being, hurts, pains, disappointment, you understand the angle that he's coming from. On that note, I don't condone or maybe agree with some choices of words that you use. I wish you wouldn't have even go to that extent. But you can't determine what someone has to say, especially when he's pained. But all these things, there's one thing that always comes into my mind. Okay. You know what? And that's union. Imagine Musica is working or Gamlo is working. Imagine you have structures like better system working in this our space. Because on himself,
all the rules the better.
Yeah, on himself, on to me fight three or the fight three at the end of the day, it will come to the table, the center of the table, and they will deliberate and see what is expected for every party to benefit. In this country, and him say if there's an issue between two artists, there can be a group of people that are more or less trusted and we can call this entity. So you are going wayward. Now come here and let's make things right. There's nothing like that. That is why every day we'll be fighting among ourselves. It doesn't mean that Nigerian people are not facing it. But we have the likes of Don Jazzy and other people, two Baba, that are there that they can steer affair for them. Yeah, because they know that at the end of the day, they are protecting a country and for the benefit of a country. But what is happening in this country? There's nothing like that. Everybody is more or less selfish. Everybody is more or less focusing on what's our gain. The men go and be demand men on any hear me. On drink the honors only near Benya. The obedient is on drink home. But our drink at the moment, no. Papa no be a man in Sisia, no. Obi Andre. The me answer you get people saying say contract. Now sometimes let's be human for once. Sometimes let's just be humans for once. You see, that's why we are Africans. Sometimes there are some things that even the law say it like this. But you tell me a sin of yeah. Because we are Africans and we respect our values, our customs, and some of our traditions. So even if the other party made things wrong, at least we can steer certain things and make it right so that it will benefit.
True.
If you are always to be like, oh, let me do this because I will get this percentage, 10% share for myself, you are killing other talents that are rising. And that is the reason why most people are not pushing even craft. Yesterday, I contacted one of my colleague bloggers, with a struggle just to put people on it. But it was like, that kind of stuff he's not doing anymore. Because He pushed someone from a level that at least it didn't buy one kakra. The next moment he contacted someone who can more or less do the job and even paid him more than an amount that AB or no chicken chain already. So this is how it is. So at the end of the day, your little that you have now, you invest. We are not expecting say at least meet our expectation, but a year first when you be a 2 and oh, this contract name we need a blogger on this side. Now, I have this blogger who has been pushing me. So because of his effort, try and give this percentage to this person. So as at least if we are to contract another additional blogger somebody, that will be fair. Or better forget to say time no need baby. I want to share, post, like, comment. Or better forget. And that is the reason why the industry is as it is today. Because there are some people, you hear every time musicians are calling on investors. At the end, often is membership. So now we do seek our shame and a year dear. Now we so because catcher said there's nothing like contractor. And can catch us for seek our shame out the baby shame. Yeah. So let us all work on this. Let us all be human for once and treat ourselves right. Let's place ourselves in the shoe, the middle of the case. And what? Understand, the same blood that is running through your veins, it is the same blood running through the other parties' veins. Until then, this is how the story will be like this. You basically say, and at the end of the day, there will be like support. But people, there will be no one to come and support. Because at the end of the day, if the person have to come and support, it will end in disappointment like this.
To end in tears.
Yeah.
Like they say. Yes, Nana, what are you also adding to this?
This is a very correct beef. Tasty beef and I want to commend Koka for coming out to speak on some of these things.
When you are done talking, remind me that I said I will ask you something opposite of what they are doing. Okay. When you are done talking.
Okay. I wish Koka would go a step further to mention names.
They know them.
I want to believe.
They know them.
I want to believe.
So Enoch and all today Martin called me whilst you were at the gym. I couldn't talk to him. I know he was going to give me some gist.
They know them.
They know them. Because he said the guy who came from Black Sherif come and tell you this. They are coming again.
Same person.
I wish. You see, some of these are some of the reasons why some of us are pushing that agenda. Come and put the names there. Let's open the conversation wide in the industry. Let's talk about it. So these people will also tell their side of the story. Why they think, okay, I don't have to go through the door, but I have to go through the window. Then we will have that is the only way we can correct some of these things. But until then, a baby empire born good three so. But what Koka is saying, it is complete reality. Anybody that have worked or relate to any label will tell you some of these things. These are, it is not new. Obikurati miss DM will be on Twitter. Charlie, they won't bail you out. What's up?
What is in it? Let's talk.
In the artist, and do you know one thing that I've been in this industry? Sometimes when you pick Roland, now grooming na Roland, big pundit, serious blogger, huge. Then people will start talking to Roland. Charlie who said Charlie Sammy Flex. Charlie, yes, I was on Kawanya more. I didn't use Sammy Flex to see you. Oh, town on much I want to mean your share. Oh, Charlie, I was said by now, because I to mean yes now. And you see, words are very powerful that when you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people saying the same thing to you, if you are not careful, in fact, let me use wise, if you are not wise as an artist or a young talent,
to start hitting into your head,
a bit cool dream.
They also 5 people. Even one person. Like just respect one person who speak that thing to you
when you are asleep.
Who's not a better about through first?
So me, I wish Koka would in his anger, in his emotions, like will mention some of these and then we will go direct at those people and say that, hey, Mr. Asimesi, why are you doing this when you know this person has contract with this person? Why don't you come to this? It is a starting point. The reason I'm saying it is a starting point is that, Rasaman, people, those that are doing that, knows that it is a weakness in our industry. And they know that this is the extent anybody can go if they want to react or fight them. The only thing you can do is to come and rant and curse whoever is involved. Assembly we na ye radio interview. Oh, hello, KY Banesen and Lasmid they feel. Oh, Lasmid also ye this and come we see.
We are done.
We are done. Then we will wait for another one to come up again. But when we mention those names, and in fact, some of them, it be a Jane Bebano. Say, when Sasana I do crew with one, I just saw Jana come before for a Koyasan in Sebuna. And that is how it will start stopping. That is how we will start minimizing Saturday. But you see what is going on? These people that are doing this, they also have friends, associates, and other things in other countries. They are going to invite them to come. So we will be having more of these issues. In fact, if the labels are not family, like family grounded, they are not strong, not easily now beat me Romo camp. Some of these things, you better say, and the window thing, it is just to clear off whatever percentage that goes to the label and give it to somebody who is claiming to be an agent.
Yeah.
And that is evil.
Yeah. Yeah, those people, that's how they are doing.
That is evil. It is evil. Like, we are near Juma. A Juma cry a bonsam Juma. A chrono. A BSM. I don't know why when people are stealing with you see some of these people like we were trying to be no what describe a smart guy. Smart guy because indie label be me groomy obi and our fetch like what cancer match artist I could be so and I funny trim and also
1 minute
while I could do it and on indie label nya mtokwana and as see ano one 1 year you may be
but wait sometimes I don't get them. You are bringing money. You see that agent, you are bringing money. Why don't you go to the top guy? Tell him, boss, I'm bringing a deal. This is your cut. No. What will you give me? Just as they bring shows to artists.
No, they will not do it.
Why?
Because they will not get what they actually want.
It is too. Let's look at this one too. It is that is one of
yes, they will not do it.
Apart from that, some of them I don't know if it is deliberate or maybe the past experiences that they've had with certain labels. Some of the label bosses might not give you that attention or room for any discussion. So sometimes when they hear that, now this is your business dealer. Now, say nipa no person on one kita artist now, he will not listen to you. Unless you are coming with a distribution deal be a 50-50 be not to take the artist off like the person is off the label cry. And it be no bet me okay and you show me never label any artist the person in school they will listen. So it is these two things. For all you know, as agent in crap, I had some of this approach before. And the people did not respond right. So they think like okay, then say Nobel Lucy the percentage it is just like booking an artist for a show. So Oshana the manager and the business manager or someone person will be feel now unya direct source be an asset you go and you because if there's that time when you promise us a company na promise us or promoter na promise ultimately Sammy Flex mami I'm giving you 20% of the cut. So because we won't fee me into me 20%. So that is one another thing that is motivating them to do what they are doing. But it is still evil. It's still not you are going
because they don't spend any money to raise anything.
Yes. Yes. So it is still evil and chrono kesepa free. And me, I wish these boys will be put in public for us to say whatever things we want to say to them.
They will still do it.
No, there is a way.
If you know them,
there is a way to handle them. You see, it is not.
You think the people
relax. It is not. See what we are saying.
The industry doesn't know them. The few circles knowing them doesn't stop it. So, for instance, if you have an artist and they have done it to artist A, and your artist doesn't know them because they were not mentioned, when they come, your artist will not even know their agenda.
You know the funny thing? The funny thing, Crampo, is that when these people, they mention them, it will shock you the number of artists who ran to them. No. You might think you are naming and shaming them.
No, listen.
No, listen. You have no idea.
It doesn't work like that.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
Listen,
I think I agree, especially when the person has made his mind.
Sammy, listen. We are talking about an issue where you have a contract with somebody and the contract is coming to an end, and the person is looking at his profit or what he has invested in and how to get those monies back. This is the issue we are talking about. It is not just about somebody leaving or the artist wanting to grow, so he wants to run to anybody. So, and yet, in Commodity say, Munja Sadana Moye no Moye, the Amoye Nebe. No. Some of these structures you were talking about, do you know where it will start from? Calling out some of these people and knowing what sometimes only me are brofo or much for and as criminal, like for instance the cyber crime hackers. Sometimes when they also ask questions to get how they do certain things to find solutions to it. So if you don't know those people and how they are operating, what solutions are you going to give to what? The Koka more can. Any nyamana omo kan we ni if we know yachi nipa bako na omo saba be kan telling his story, we will know how they operate.
Solution, yeah.
And then we will get solutions. Okay, Charlie, if this is how they are coming, then let's position ourselves like this to defend the label and the artist. Until then,
yeah.
So the thing is that I wish this conversation will go a step further, where we will know some of these agents in the whatever labels, because the truth of the matter is that they are talking to our artists on social media and saying some of the things like convincing artists, and it is the artists should listen. They don't have your future.
So let me ask that my question. But
they don't have your future at heart.
Yeah.
It is their percentage what they are getting. And no more dream. And to start doing now, sign deka in the future, win in the future. He doesn't care what Jenny deal with. And you see, I suggest that our system should also put up. We should because of what is going on, what Koka is saying. Let's start planning and strategizing ourselves to do what the football fraternity does. Today, I can tell you a certain club is still paying money to Santos because of Neymar. I can tell you today.
Santos is who?
Santos, a club in Brazil.
Okay.
When Barcelona bought Coutinho from Liverpool, we were still paying some money to Liverpool. So maybe the labels can also come up with certain contracts where ABS and Nippon air cut off crowd like 100%. And yes, a distribution they will be normal partner label to help grow the artists. Now say or cut off like on the way now so they can still have certain clauses in their contract where what baby or royalties be or percentage be revenue be or percent. So say maybe we can even give it like we say okay, say Nipano or sign Nipano 5 years. Now say Ofi label no so 5 years. Echo a bigger in the next 5 years. They'll be a baby almost say after 5 years next one. You're only artist now from
That's fine.
Maybe these are some of the things we can put in place to save some of these indie labels.
That's what Kobe Jusvan was talking about.
Yes.
Where is the union or the association going to institute these measures?
Let's forget about union and now.
No.
Royalties crap am I so
no,
add this work together, they will not do it. The individual indie labels, they can put some of these clauses in whatever agreement they get with. You see,
I don't artist never more soon.
They make kind of say, oh, when there's that you have that clause, and I need to enter Obi club best sign plan. I can say me 800 million euros at Utiso as release clause. O contract na sign as to be made as I will now come baby. I just say a 2 years as cano. Answer now because so it is there to protect. They can do it. They should put it.
Have strong legal.
Yes. They should put it in the. No, another way. They shouldn't have in the upa. Or the fan say the omuyi ya. You put it in the contract. So Sammy will be bar. Ubenya lawyer be upon because of the almost to be dinty. And also be a couple jine mama.
Okay, that's true. I see. Let's flip the coin. You see the way the industry people are fighting these industry vampires, as they call them. When it happened to Black Sherif's former management team, Wayne Chavez, we did not see this industry people talking. The few people who spoke about it, they labeled us as haters because we gave them platforms. And yesterday, when we were discussing this on CTV, Frederick Appiah from France sent this message that our industry, we are very hypocritical. We claim we want investors into the game. But when the investors come and it happened to them and they are not our friends, we don't talk. You see the way Kewa is crying that everybody wants to solidarize with him, sympathize with him. What is happening to when Chavez guy? No, can let the country cause cry. The same industry people were even fighting him. Read the industry people.
Makawa had that.
They were fighting him. Read the industry people.
Makawa had that. That's say it do something the crap. You muti meche. Omo any opportunity na artist na be do. Yeah, you people you don't
Yes. Yes.
Now so be a person a different label no so now yeah now sana be. But the thing is that
we hate Blackson, that was when it started.
Makawa had that say
because we were trying to protect the investor then.
Krowemu obi anye neutral crow obi our interest. E komo so obi so obi kasase a ada se mokona konini direct and e komo de no directly.
Come the west so.
Nensa ni aduane num bia so ni su nensa damu bia.
Eso ne kasa.
In fact, e wan kora oba omie na no.
Emba.
Enti I think say bia the reason why Koka will now rise up against some of these things. Say bia directly yes, I form up na no. E bia first no, it was a bit far away. They think say bet and no crap na nya because say say okoto say onyanko abodi say share. And I say, who so then be seven can say uncle so because they be a jana transfer about. So we should learn how to protect some of these things, like for future occurrences. So say remember agents of the devil because you perceive you put something right there. Now, more say agents of the devil because we are trying to make some of these corrections. Now, Mokobe Komuni na Mubesuno and Honomono is a problem. And your best say going forward, if there are anything that we have to discuss, that sometimes a young man show won't interest no. That is selfishness, and I'm a
of course.
For you to think that Lasmid any Kenya issue and now Lasmid is listening. He has given me his attention and listening here more, and I have control over the boy. So yeah, I'll get some benefit in that's it. Any other wrong beyond, we shouldn't correct it. You are selfish, and it is bad. And to me, the Koka master, I am a thing, and it is a beef. I always say everybody will bring their plate and fork to come and take a bite.
Okay, Kobe, so I was asking about how we don't protect other investors but our friends in the game, and whether this was still Ogawa. In fact, that is the next thing I wanted to talk about. It looks like it's almost the same thing, yes. So let's pick that one and wrap up. Using the Wayne Chavez and Black Sherif.
Banka we win and my main be quick or Enoch win because I've seen the Enoch post.
Okay.
And I think that even watching the video, Koka made the same mention. I think there are some wrong informations they are also putting out. Some of these people we need to identify them right. In Enoch's post, I saw him calling out boom play. Koka also mentioned boom play on.
Okay, so let me tell you why they are calling boom play. It is not boom play as a company they are calling out. They are calling some individuals who are execs in the boom play Ghana branch.
But it is so not right. I mean, boom play is not.
No. Unfortunately, when they go, that is the kind of name they mention to these guys. They don't go mention their names as Alex. Anna, Isaac.
I get what you are saying.
They go there and say,
I'm so I work with boom play.
Yes.
I understand perfectly where you are coming from, but I'm saying that it is still wrong because, Brasame, if Nana Regan comes and says that, I work with Sammy Flex TV, and then whatever business I want us to discuss, we discuss it. If you want to, especially when Sammy Flex is not aware in your dealings, if you want to address such issue, you need to address it properly. If you say boom play is a distribution platform, you
see, I get your point. But if you go and you mention Sammy Flex and I don't know, and the person is complaining, the person who mentioned Sammy Flex TV.
The person who mentioned Sammy Flex
because in there, that is what he was presented with.
Yes, and but you should also describe or give the right job description of Sammy Flex. Don't twist it or say something that is not even close to him. So if you say boom play is a distribution platform, it doesn't sink in. Somebody can even take the argument from there and say, can be a because boom play is not there's difference between a distribution platform and a streaming platform. These two credos and they are distribution platforms. TuneCore, they are distribution platforms. Boom play, those Spotify, they are streaming platforms. So let's know where we are tackling the issues from. Let's give proper descriptions to what we are saying. And to call here na person dey on jimubi. Enti yanse loopholes now, especially the knowledge loopholes now koye bebra obi, because that is how the weaker ones, when they don't have any defense to what they are doing, they will capitalize on also loopholes no or they are say asem na afia koye noise keke na obi abo asem na to. So they should come very, very prepared and very, very strong, because the fight they are starting, it is a very strong fight, and it's a very good cause too. It will save a lot of people in our industry.
Okay, yes, Kobe, we are closing. I asked about why we don't do this, we don't extend this assistance to those who are not our friends in the industry, and thanks to Mr. Frederick Apia who called our attention to that.
I think we are selfish. I say, Obia Jeno, and also a problem. Nibi, you see, always whenever I go everywhere, and when I mention your name, and I make people know, say, we are me, like my boss, you know, I get good things to hear about you. I'm not saying it why because I'm sitting. Because you are one person that you are in a space, yet you are bringing people on board that will more or less one way or the other compete with you. But you don't care about you yourself, but you're thinking about the future. Because you know in future, if you are not there, there will be a certain Roland to do, a certain Kobe Josvan, a certain Anarigan to replace you. So you are thinking about the bigger picture. But these people, whatever they are thinking is about today. Whatever happened to you tomorrow, he doesn't care. And if they will care about them, like you wouldn't be like go and pass backward or backyard to more or less have your conversation. If you truly care about these people that you are claiming you want to present offer to, why don't you involve people on board? Because they know, say if they involve these people on board, there will be a whole lot of brainstorming, a whole lot of ideas will come, and right now people will more or less will bisect and more or less get to know the exact detail of the whatever that you are presenting. So they are not interested about it. So until then, if we don't put aside this our selfish interest there,
This is how it always happens. I see. Oh, let's wrap. Oh.
And I'll go.
Yeah. And no quick one. All right, so Blackson, Becca wins so account. Meaning say it's not part of it, but still on our new project, Campus Showbiz.
Okay. Yeah. Today, someone called me that they want to do something with Campus Showbiz. I didn't get it. I don't know why.
Okay. I think in one of my posts I tagged you, like I copied you.
So you added my number or something?
No, that wasn't anything.
Today somebody said he wants to do something with Campus Show. I said no, me. I don't know.
I think maybe because I use your platform to more or less edit.
I'm sure. Yeah, one of the videos.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And the Sammy Flex TV is huge, so
yeah. No, you even cut one of the videos and you put it out.
I'm sure that was.
Oh yeah. I think I missed it.
So what we are saying, or we are telling the people out there, so we are out with a new project, Campus Showbiz. Our focus is just to unearth these young talents, these grooming. So what? That is why I'm always fortunate. That's why I'm always fortunate to be part of it, because you see, right now there's some information that I don't know, but at the end of the day I've learned. So right now, even if I want to push it to that angle, I will know how to steer affair, make things right. So our socials are out there. I mean, our social media handles are out there. Campus Showbiz on all platforms, including Trends. So they should go there, follow, and add their numbers.
I just wanted to say that in my submission I forgot to respond to one thing that Roland said in his submission, that sometimes when we turn the gun, we can't even blame the artist, because maybe over artist now you might do
the same thing.
That's it is still a problem, because you see, when an agent passes through the window and comes to you, the artist, first and foremost, when they say interview, you don't speak to producers.
Yeah.
And if anybody calls you, the basic knowledge you have as an artist working with a team is that, call this person, talk to this person, go to this. The only reason why, if you don't know and you're an artist working with an indie label, I am giving you this information. The only reason an agent will pass through the window and come and speak to you directly, it is because the whole label now in the year Jumano. There was also satisfaction and as appreciation among say, me far Roland crowd grooming and the channel now be big all call Def Jam music and as only music I've also been able to make this amount of money, or this is the value that comes with the work I put in. But only pay or no one yes say Jumani be one artist and Junanti ni be a person no for a chire na apart from ABR promises be a man for a cat in some of them can even do. I want to believe say this is their motivation. Some of them may assure somebody do contracts with even the artists to take certain revenues at every point in time in their life. So be
label.
What did they make say? Because some of these then I suggest say Roland Poker say after 5 years na kasanya man nkete na beba in the label no hono ni na sa nipa no or person obokro no nyansa kro no nti no wa fetch no wa nti who artist. The reason why I want to say we should still blame the artists is that most of these artists that have been involved in some of these stories or cases, they are adults. Also who be feel now didi no. Who say obi na be a pono. You know how you entered the house. And to say na say who pia, you should know how untimi because am feel is feel na me abel name be o. Now ko be dining to jam to sa you need to call somebody so krasa wo kwa. We know how to follow you and lock.
Yeah.
What did American say? And Tisana was an artist no money, almost big for a bar. She nipa on the right channel. Would the offer say we agreed we are then? So I agreed now in nipa na wafa window. Abanim ebe daily there. Then you can carry for now so can be intimi you won't film.
Okay, finish it. Our time is up.
That's happening. If people you don't know hungry people. No, hungry people don't know morale. So. People are talking. Bossu. No, you see, middlemen and people who play like that intermediary roles and all that, it is in every sector. Middlemen are in every sector.
Oh, see, that one everybody acknowledges.
Yes.
And recognizes middlemen.
And you see, the thing is that there should also be, or in that particular space, they are also supposed to chop. Everybody who find themselves in any corner should be able to learn, upgrade, and find new ways of upgrading and getting bigger money. And that is what they are doing. See, you can cry for all you can. See, they are now coming to do the bigger ones. This one put it small. Taking artists. This one, you see, this one put it there because the contracts that you guys signed have elapsed. Like the person is a free agent. See, they are now going to bring big money when the person is on the label, have signed 5 years, where within 1 year, Nipane blow, then they will bring big money, knock the person, carry the person. If you do, let's go to court. They will drag you, they will win the case, and you go and that one, that one, your heart go tear. See, me, the thing is that these things, we can't fight them. We can't fight them. That's what I'm saying.
It's not true.
Oh, Sammy, we can't fight. You know the reason why we can't fight them. You know the reason why we can't fight them.
What are you talking
because the people that are going to fight it, the people that are going to fight, they can't even mention one name.
Oh, that's why Nana Reagan is saying we should call them to mention.
You see, calling them crowd, what say yourself? See, if an artist who is hungry has about 2 years or 1 year for the contract to elapse, or share the label no so that the label is not doing anything, and you come and mention, say, oh, Reagan is the one who took Black Sherif to it. Oh, wait, remember.
You are not using labels that are not doing art. The artists that we are mentioning now, I'm just correcting.
Okay, our time is up.
We are using
let me make my submission. When now the artists now make come on my retire.
Yes, let's go.
Make say, if you do the mistake, go and mention Nana Reagan. He's the one who took Black Sherif to Empire. See, you might think maybe you are shaming him. You have no idea the number of artists who would rank him. Some people who are even under contract will even go and hit him. Boss, my contract naka 1.5 years.
Also consider.
I was say consider me. Odi aka 1.5 years. Odi started in common. Started in common. So ya meba. These are see, and you see the also the thing that has to do with we fight for the people that we know. Having personal interest is the reason why some of these things we can never fight it, because at the end of the day, the people that are supposed to fight are fighting based on the interest that they have. Koka is fighting because he has a certain relationship with Kewa, and nobody can fault him. Nobody can hold him to it. Nobody can kill him. But the thing is that because everybody is fighting for their interest, you can't go and fight somebody that is also trying to fight for his interest. Besides, when you go and ask, they will ask you, have they broken any law? The moment you say no, and your argument is based on morals and feelings, your pawn case, losing. So build structures, put rules and regulations in place that can guide them. Everybody, including you, so that we can move forward. But when you come and say they should mention names, hey,
this is my problem with some of us media pundits and all of that. Do you know what you are supposed to be echoing? Don't say things that will motivate those who are doing the wrong.
What if it is the truth?
The thing is that what Koka is doing, it will be the starting point of a war. So you that you know more, listen. You are when you are finishing your thing, you say we should put so the structures that you are putting. That's what you need to echo. That is what you have to echo. those who are there and want to tell them how they should put in those strategies. Don't say you can't fight it.
All right. On this hot note, on this hot note, AA is okay. On this hot note,
what is the essence of it?
On this hot note, we end the discussion. But we are looking for the thieves.
Yes.
We are looking for the vampires.
We know them.
We are looking for them.
We know them.
Mention them.
We are not looking for them. We know them.
Mention them. That is what we are looking for. We are looking for them. When we find them, we'll come back to you. My name is Sammy Flex. Special thanks to Kobe Josman, Nana Reagan, Roland Amate, Digital Rasta, Currency on Camera, Richie Flex, editor director of the show. Because you loved this, subscribe to us and let's do more sometime to come. We are out of here.